So, it's August 19th, Saturday, 2023, and the winds are picking up. Down here at the Vista Farmers Market, it's really, really cool. There's all kinds of great vendors here. If you're anywhere near here, you should come down here. It's every Saturday. We got everything. Truffle cheese, they've got dragon fruit, they've got big reed avocados, except they're extremely expensive at like $5 each. I'm thinking, wow, I need to charge more for my avocados. They got all this wonderful food, and they've got some fantastic music over here. Yeah, that guy's great. Anyway, but what's interesting to me is that the demeanor of all these people. Look, they're just acting like there's nothing going on. Just letting the kids run wild in the grasses. And they have no idea what's coming. What's coming? Hurricane. There's a hurricane coming. That's right. It's the first hurricane. Well, it's actually not going to be a hurricane. It's going to be a tropical storm. It's going to be here tomorrow. Maybe hitting tonight. This place is going to be totally flooded. It's going to be complete mayhem. And people aren't used to hurricanes coming, so they're just kind of in denial about it. But all these people's lives are going to be slightly upended within 24 hours. And everybody's acting like there's nothing going on. So I always wonder what it would be like if a hurricane hit San Diego. Turns out a hurricane did hit San Diego in 1939. It was a degraded hurricane and tropical storm, but still like 60-mile-an-hour winds, 5-6 inches of rain in one day. So what's going to happen tomorrow? Pretty much the same thing. First time since 1939. That's almost 100 years, people. They're going to get upwards of 8 to 12 inches of rain in the desert, which is more than they get all year. Palm Springs is forecast to get 5 inches of rain in one day, and they usually only get 4 inches for the entire year. Right around here, it's supposed to get 2 to 3 inches in a day, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but this place is not designed for that. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'll keep you informed, and hopefully nothing truly bad will happen. But you know, at least we've got the music. Yep. Tomorrow, this thing is going to be raging. Absolutely raging. There'll probably be some water rescues. People in the wrong place at the wrong time. This might be one of them. Looks like a beautiful natural stream. Until you kind of zoom out a little. And you realize it's just a big old drainage canal. And we had to make a little stop over here, and decided to come out and take a look at the water and just imagine what's going to happen tomorrow here. This is going to be a raging river. But I figure while I'm here, I might as well get some free food, right? Let's go. Look at this. I didn't know I was going to be doing this, but I don't have my gloves. I do have a piece of paper I found on the ground, and I'm going to get some free prickly pear. I have a bag. I'll de-thorn those later. Make sure the bag doesn't roll in the river. A whole bunch of free fruit right here. Look at this. Get the jackpot, perfect time of year. And who could say no to free fruit? We were just at a farmer's market. You had to pay for all the fruit. Here you don't. I'm not used to paying for fruit. It's just kind of like, ever since I was a kid, started out with no money, had to figure out where all the fruit was growing. And that's how I got along. And I just kind of never, once you start doing something, that just becomes your apparatus. Modi, is that the right word? Latin for how you roll. Anyway, I can use a little bit of this. I can also use some nopales. I don't really see any good nopales. This one's a little too big right there. But anyway, I'll just get the fruit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down there, partner. Slow down there, partner. That's a long way down. Let's test it. Let's test it. You ready? Ooh. Yeah, a long way down. Anyway, that's Black's Beach right there. And tomorrow, it's gonna be a hurricane here. Right now, this is calm before the storm. And what's funny is you'd think if there's a big hurricane blowing its way up here, waves would be huge, right? Nope. Waves are little baby waves. Black's Beach has the biggest waves in all of San Diego County, and they're still not big. So, go figure. Here's a set. Everyone's paddling out to it. Who's gonna catch it? Anybody? Anybody? They're scratching. Oh, look, it's just gonna mush over. Okay, we'll let one more wave come by. See if this is pretty meager for the best break in San Diego County. Anybody gonna get it? Looks like it's like 3 feet. That's it. Nobody even got that. Anyway, watch out. Hurricane's coming. No idea. No idea. They have no idea that a hurricane is coming. Do you? You guys are just fighting over your spot in the sun, trying to see who's king of the rock. Little do you know, it's going to be crazy out here in 24 hours. Yeah. Okay, 4:48 p.m., August 19th, the day before the second tropical storm hit San Diego that's ever hit here. And you know what? You would never know it. People just cruising around their Corvettes and their blacked out Priuses with yellow wheels and just enjoying their time out here. You'd never know that there was ever a hurricane coming. Guys are out surfing, having a good time, no problemas. But you do see evidence of the last time a hurricane went through here. Technically, it's a tropical storm downgraded from a hurricane. But the evidence that you see is kind of like at the high tide mark where stuff got washed up. And it's right here. You see it? There it is. That was from the last hurricane in 1939 that washed up all those boats onto that building. They're actually still there. So I think they wanted to preserve them. They put some wires up to really hold them in place. But that was the high tide mark of the big giant waves that washed up here from La Jolla all the way up into that building and washed up all the boats from the harbor. So mostly canoes. But yeah, so who knows? Maybe something like that can happen again. Or maybe waves will be so big, all those boats will be dislodged after sitting there for over 80 years.
The hurricanes?
Where's the hurricane? Where's the hurricane?
Right now, this is what it looks like.
There's the hurricane, and we're up here, right there. It's coming. It's coming for us. Oh, it's gonna be a different day tomorrow. Okay. It's Sunday, August 20th, 2023, on the day that the National Weather Service issued the very first tropical storm warning ever issued for California. And it's a little bit wet out, but otherwise not so bad. Palm trees are still standing. There's still flying planes above us, it sounds like. And the main event is supposed to be here with this hurricane from Mexico. I think about 2 o'clock today, right when my wife is catching a flight from John Wayne Airport. So hopefully that will go down okay. Anyway, that's the report from Hurricane Alley down here in San Diego. Those are hurricane droplets. The wind is blowing offshore. Can't see because it didn't focus on the flags. And that is the northern border crossing, U.S. Customs. And it's like it's intensifying a little bit. Hopefully I'll get back without any issues. Very few people on the freeway because there's a state of emergency for a tropical storm, first ever issued in California's history. What do you think about that?
Scary. It's exciting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it appears that the Orange County Airport is still operational right in front of a hurricane. Feeling lucky?
I hope so.
You gonna get out of here? Not like my Fort Lauderdale experience? Yeah. All right, heading back south to San Diego, heading into the hurricane, which is approaching now from the south. And a little worried about making it to the airport. A little worried about whether my wife's flight would make it out or not. So far, all is good. But it's starting to come down, baby. There it comes. You bracing for the hurricane?
I thought this was it.
I
thought this is it.
That's it? That's all it is? I'm kind of
If I'm home and it gets all windy and stuff.
Are you guys disappointed? No hurricane?
It's coming.
It's coming.
Nah,
You gotta brace for it.
I don't think this is
It's
it.
gonna rain between 3 and 7, like
Gotta-
3 inches.
Brace for it. Okay.
Oh, really?
Wow. That'll hunker down. Yep. It's 11:45, August 20th. And it's just like a regular old rainstorm, you know? Nothing special. Just a little wet. Got some groceries. No big deal. This is like the happiest thing I've ever seen, like rain in the summertime, right in the middle of the summer, right when these plants were so thirsty. And you know, the thing is that I was thinking about this. Everybody tries to like throw everything as in a negative way. Oh no, there's a hurricane coming out! Like bad, negative. There's no reaction. There's no action without a reaction. There's always positives. There's negatives. But you gotta like, you know, kind of rejoice in the positives. Ooh, we have freaking rain, people. This is the greatest thing ever. Look at this. Talk about the fire threat. The fire threat is over for Southern California for probably the whole season after you dump a couple inches of rain everywhere. These plants won't be able to burn. What do you bet? There will be no major wildfires anywhere there was large amounts of rain dropped by this system because we're getting, you know, only a couple months away from sort of the end of the fire season. And it's going to take that long for this moisture to basically go away from these plants. I already talked to some fire guys. They said the winter that we had with all the rain we have, some plants just are not burning. They're just full of water. So that's a really good thing. Anyway, let's get the groceries out of the rain. I'll give you an update later on the hurricane. Now we're talking. Woo! Got some water, people. I love water. Hopefully we won't get so much it'll cause major problems. It's like things are starting to flow though. Starting to flow. Look at that. It's starting to flow. 2 p.m. Starting to rain pretty good. Maybe this is it. Raining kind of all day a little bit. Nothing torrential though yet. Apparently it's supposed to be coming still. The worst of it around 5 o'clock, so we'll see. All right, just like they promised. It's 5:30 p.m. The hurricane's here. This is the first tropical storm to hit San Diego since 1939. First ever tropical storm warning for San Diego. And it's raining a little bit. Wind's blowing pretty good. Got a pretty good vantage point here. All my trees. So hopefully nothing too ominous will happen. And we'll just ride it out. So, yeah. Just taking a little nap inside. That's what chupacabras do during inclement weather. Because they can't go outside and hunt. Then I had a big gust of wind come up. Decided to get up. Give you guys an update. Now up over there, that's the ridge top. Those queen palms are. See, they're subject to a lot more wind than we are. The winds are coming from the south. The ocean's about 9 miles past those trees. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of fallen trees and a bunch of debris in the streets. Hopefully not too much flooding. But I'm sure that we will get through the first hurricane. I like to say hurricane, but really it's a tropical storm because it got degraded. That must be really offensive when you're a hurricane and you get degraded. Not the meaning, but it's still an experience. There it is. Looks like it's pretty much right where I am right now. I'm in the center of the hurricane. There it is. I think I'm in the eye of the hurricane right now. So we just had some really strong south winds heading south. And so that must be because these arrows were going south. So now, as the hurricane moves past us, I guess I should have a reverse effect on the winds. I think we're literally in the eye of the hurricane. But the palms were blowing really hard, and the winds were going south. So I guess this part was going toosh, toosh, toosh. Now, because we're like right there. Now they're going to start going whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And they're not doing that yet. So, anyway, I'll update you, but this thing moved all the way up the Baja coastline. This is a really cool app called windy.com. So you might like it. These are the wind directions right now. Look at the winds coming from the north. And, yeah, now am I getting that right? The trees were blowing. Yeah, we had a north wind blowing to the south. So they weren't coming from the south, they're coming from the north to the south. That's what we just experienced. And now we're going to experience wind coming from the south to the north. So it's going to switch. So that's the story here. All right, here's the rain and thunder layer. You can see all the thunder strikes in Arizona, all through Mexico. There's a whole bunch inland, Southern California. And here's the rain. And we are right about in here. So we just got a decent amount of rain. Looks like up in Santa Barbara, you got a lot of rain coming. What if I could zoom in on this? This is a new app to me. Whoops. You can, but you have to be very gentle about it. There you go. So this is the center of the hurricane right now, right there. Oh no, the center of the hurricane. Yeah, it's in Oceanside right there. We're right here. So like I said, we had north wind coming down. And now I suppose it's going to come from the south. Yeah. All right. This is fun stuff. So something I'm noticing right here with this map that I failed to mention to you is this is rain. And look at this giant band of rain. And look where it's going. That's Catalina Island right there. So it's getting absolutely blistered with rain right now. That's the heaviest rain. And this, I guess, is the lightest. So Los Angeles is fairly dry, yet Catalina's getting blistered. The inland mountains this is the desert out here, 29 Palms. India, where they grow all the date palms. And then these are the mountains that separate coastal San Diego from the lowland desert. They're getting blistered right now. So, and it looks like Santa Barbara, really like Montecito, which is just right in here, is getting blistered as well. And it looks like there's lots of lightning strikes in here. This is, you got to get this app, guys. My daughter turned me on to this thing. So you can see that the hurricane, center of the hurricane, is just moving north of Oceanside right now. It's going up like this, it looks like. So we'll see if this thing kicks around and hits us. We're right there. And nightfall is upon us. Winds are definitely shifting. Now they are blowing from the southeast in the direction of the northwest. Does that coincide? It sure does. Right there, look. I am right here. So the winds are blowing that way, as indicated by my big date palm right there. So the hurricane is slowly passing us by. I think we survived this one. But it was interesting. I don't think you can attribute global warming to this. The ocean is cooler than normal here. However, if that ocean does warm up, this would be much more severe. And looks like it's just offshore of Orange County right now and moving up there. Still a lot of rain, it looks like, here in Catalina is getting hit still. So it looks like the hurricane really just kind of stopped. It's like right there. It's all going right there. That's the center. That's the low pressure point. Anyway, I think that might be the end of the video. There's not much more to say. Not much more to see. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if this hurricane had happened a month later, it would have been a lot worse because the ocean would have been another 5 degrees warmer, 3 or 4 degrees warmer in here. Would have fueled it even more. But I do wonder if the oceans do warm over the next 20, 30 years, if these hurricanes are going to start coming up and nipping us every now and then. And that's it. I'm out. See ya.